With the season slowly coming to a close and Arsenal fully in the title race, I think it's a great time to say that I believe Arsenal have been the best team in the Premier League this season and ultimately deserve the title whether they get it or not. But let's look how they've improved so much and why this team is truly going to be something special for the future. Now, for large parts of the season, I've been incredibly humble about Arsenal, playing down wins, looking at the future, and also giving credit to other teams that have played against us. And now, while I think this is the case, every time Arsenal play a game, it seems like the opponents are the ones that it criticised for not performing well. Yet Arsenal, for me, have consistently performed, especially against teams like the top six, easily all year, and I think we deserve a lot more credit. Now, since Arteta has had full seasons at Arsenal have slowly been improving, and especially I think the defence is a key part of this. Just looking at the raw stats, in his first season, he conceded 48 goals as a team when we finished 5th. In the next season, when we obviously came 2nd, he conceded 43, which is 5 less, which is obviously an improvement, but it isn't drastic improvement because 48 itself is not a bad level. It's a pretty decent level and we're not conceding too much than we should. But this season, the fact in 35 games with only 3 games left we conceded 28, and you've got to say that I could have 6 or 7 of them this year at least have been completely individual mistakes. It's clear that the structure and the players are working in this setup, and it is completely deserved. Arsenal's XG against is actually 30, so they've conceded 2 less goals than they were expected to at this point. But comparatively to other teams such as Man City and Liverpool, their defence is way better. Man City have conceded an XG against of 34, which is 4 worse. Liverpool's is 42, nowhere near these teams at the moment. And with the minutes that Arsenal's defence have played, I know a lot of people are going to say that they're going to be familiar with each other, which is definitely true, but they're going to be tired and they've still managed to put up good performances all the time. And the only reason why we concede is because of stupid mistakes, and in the last game it wasn't even down to really defenders, it was the goalkeeper and a midfielder. And although it may not get the credit it deserves because teams like Man City have become quite familiar with it, Arsenal's form in this year, 2024, has been unreal, especially in the Premier League. For a team that was struggling to get Champions League football and was arguably the 8th or 9th best team in the Premier League throughout 2020 and 2021, the fact in just a few years in 2024, they have played 14 games in the Premier League this year and have won 12, lost 1 and drawn 1, which the draw was to Manchester City away, and of course the loss was to Aston Villa where they were highly targeted by Unai Emery. And even before that, Arsenal was still very good despite popular belief. They only lost 4 games and they drew a few games mostly against top 6 sides, and the only time they didn't draw to a top 6 side was Fulham, the only time they dropped point to a team not in the top 10. And this record, this incredible season they've had in the league is great because they haven't really been able to figure out their setup for large parts. Until January came around, Arsenal was still playing Havertz in midfield and people like Jesus were coming in and out of the team, with Nketiah maybe playing as well. Since Havertz has been moved up front and Jorginho and now Partey has come into midfield, Arsenal have really found their strengths as a team, and arguably they are incredibly hard to beat in the Premier League and every team is struggling against them. And of course this is a lot down to the brilliant manager that Mikel Arteta is, but he's also a brilliant player manager as well. Arsenal have only had 3 players that have consistently started who they didn't have last season, being David Raya, the goalkeeper, Kai Havertz, who's played in midfield and now finally up front, and obviously Declan Rice. These 3 players have not only transcended the team, of course they were very good last year, but now they deserve to be there. It's more consistent and they are controlling games with ease. And the talent recruitment process of Arsenal right now is got to be one of the best in the world. This is why the rebuild has been able to happen as well as Arteta. They clearly identify players that they think can make the team better and don't care about the outside noise if people don't like the players. People like Ramsdale have come in and proved everyone wrong and then become a fan favourite and people don't want him to get dropped. And the same with players like Kai Havertz coming in and changed the game for Arsenal, especially recently in this title run. Arsenal have not only become one of the top teams in England, but they are a great place to people to go to. Lots of players want to have the prospect of managing under Arteta and they want to be playing for Arsenal because of how much of the levels are and the fact that it does seem like they are building to something special even if they haven't achieved it just quite yet. And let's make it clear, the only reason why this Premier League is competitive is because of Manchester City. They spend loads of money on players and quite frankly all the players that they bought for over 100 mil last year have been practically awful and not really being used rightly in their team. Manchester City are willing and allowed to basically throw away money because it doesn't matter with the squad that they have built over the years. The amount of money they have invested in players that haven't really got a say and have been thrown out on loan or completely forgotten is a lot. And the fact that they have 115 charges definitely looms over the club club because people don't know if it's legit or not. And this is why, to me, of course I am an Arsenal fan, but I don't think that the title should depend on everything. If Arsenal come second this year and win all their remaining games and get a great points tally, the points tally that Man City got last year to win the league, that shows improvement and we're getting even better. Man City, who can basically do what they want in this league, teams don't even try against them. They don't even try and actually get a goal. They just sit back and hope for the best. They will keep winning this league unless someone else actually steps up to them. And Liverpool did and had great title races for years, but eventually couldn't really keep up. And now with Klopp leaving, they've got a new era. And it's time for Arsenal to really step up and try and compete with them. But it is going to be hard because they are the best team consistently in the world right now. Even if they did lose to Real Madrid on penalties, they were clearly the better side in them 2 games. And this season, Arsenal have also scored the most goals, sitting at 85 goals. But compared to XG, they are actually third with 75. So they are actually outscoring their XG by quite a lot this season, which you wouldn't expect with the amount of people talking about strikers and needing a new finisher. Teams like Liverpool have actually got an XG of around 84, and yet they've not scored anywhere near that. So not only have Arsenal become the best defensive team in the country, they've also become one of the best attacking outlets, but they are scoring the most goals. So they're actually the most clinical team in the league. Overall, I wanted to just speak about Arsenal in this video. I think Arsenal deserve more credit than they have been getting, and I don't think it all depends on the Premier League title. There is definitely more things in football than just winning titles, and the fact that Arsenal have been able to compete after 2 years where we were nowhere near it is a lot of credit. And of course, I would love to win the league this year, and I really think we do have a chance still. But if it doesn't happen this year, it's not going to be a situation where Arsenal fall off. People said we were going to fall off last year, but if anyone actually watched the football, they would understand that we were building something with a young, great team. And the more that we get brilliant players that come in with the transfer rumours that are happening, and we spend a lot of money and invest, the team are just only going to keep improving, getting more players that can come in and out of the side, and we could become a team like Manchester City. Mikel Arteta, for me, is the best up-and-coming manager that you can see in the world right now. He has learned a lot from his times at Arsenal. Unfortunately, it's been at the detriment to our team. Sometimes these lessons need to be learned, like in the Champions League. Every year we are getting stronger, and every week we are getting stronger. Mikel Arteta alone is getting stronger as his tactical decisions and his players getting better and more smart. And the players that we are buying are clearly a buying to that. We've got smart players in our team that will keep adapting all the time. Not only have Arsenal made their fans believe, they have made doubters believe as well. And they have proved to everyone that they are here to stay for a very long time, and they can really make a great idea of the Premier League in the future. Let me know down below what you think of Arsenal's season, and let me know what you think and who you think they should buy in the summer to even get better. And do you think they will win their remaining games that could lead to the league title? Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it as always. Let me know down in the comments. And if you want to watch any of my videos, watch my video yesterday where I spoke about Arsenal players that they need to sell this summer. If not, thank you for watching and have a good one.